Okie doke. I just spent so much time trying to actually frame this that now I'm moving myself and I'm screwing it up probably. So I'm just gonna. What am I doing? 54. Woo! Alright. Well, I don't know how to start this. This is pretty odd. I guess this is kind of like if I'm writing in the journal but I'm talking to a camera. I remember the first thing that I wrote on it was just all the different nicknames that I ever got called there. Oh, and I wrote derpy derp because you can't have too many derps in life. You're always gonna have a derp in life. You gotta just kind of accept it. And then I also wrote write anything because that was one of the first things that I think Scott or Al said. In general, was just write anything. Who cares? This is mine. I'm gonna keep it. It's a pretty sick book too. I mean, holy crap. They've been through a lot. Yeah, okay. And then this is when I wrote like a commercial idea. And it was basically just the first time that I went to IKEA with my girlfriend, and I hated it and she loved it. What am I doing? I should probably have an intro for how to do this. Okay, let me see, what else did I write in here? So, this is 54 of 54, meaning that I've done 53 posts before this that were all ideas and things that I'd done. What to expect as far as doing that? Oh boy. Still on. My good old buddy, staying on top of its game. Man, what else can I talk about as far as this class? It was a journey. I mean, for sure. You know, it's not anything monumental, I guess, but it is. But it's not. But it is. But it's not. It is. But it's not. Because, like, I don't know. You're never really gonna know like the monumental points as they're happening. Unless you're on a sinking ship, like, physically, I'm not talking about the metaphor. Like, if you're on a sinking ship, you're like, oh, this is a monumental point in my life. Yeah, I mean, okay, so, this is definitely the first point that I've ever actually felt confident about what I'm going to do, but at the same time, I don't, there's another piece, right, you know, so there's another step to take off of that. I think before the class itself, like, I was really working towards definitely being, filmmaker and that sort of thing. Because I was like, yeah, filmmaker, I have, the best film ideas, or something like that. I think just in general, I liked making, videos, and I liked making content. If I were to give any advice off of this, as far as the time limit thing, don't think about it, because if you think about it, it makes it worse. Because at that point, you're just thinking to yourself that you're just gonna create a great idea. My idea is gonna be the best, and blah 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 blah. And it's not, because the more you think about having a great idea, the worse your idea becomes. Oddly enough, the reverse. If you start to just think about the worst idea, it kind of goes in the opposite. You see what I mean? It goes in the opposite direction, and so you start actually having a decent idea. I don't think like I ever really described it as like a, the hardest, difficult assignment of all time, but at the same time it is, because, inspiring, functional, and IKEA, like, as far as like the brand, like, I don't know, it's never really like grasping that idea, but you get the feeling of what it is, right? Because that's all it is. It's a feeling. But it's just like getting like around that feeling and then having like an idea off of it. Like, I think there were like only a couple of posts that I was just like, yeah, this is like actually what that feeling is, You start to think to yourself, okay, well, I'm never going to have an idea as good as that. And don't think that, because you don't know that. You can't just say that you're never going to have as good an idea as that. You might not, but you don't know. Like, you just gotta keep doing it. That's the thing. That's what this teaches you, is just to keep doing it over and over and over again. How long have I been talking? Oh my god. Okay, so I ended up yammering on a bit too long and the camera died. So I'm gonna try to just kind of sum up a few things. So, things to do if you're in this class. Number one is to collaborate, because you have to talk to people. You just do. Get over it. People are people. People suck sometimes, but it's okay because sometimes other people don't suck that much. Number two, be active. I don't know what this is. Yeah, so be active, because you're just gonna have to do that. It kind of sucks because you can't be just on autopilot. You have to actually do a thing, and you have to do things, and things suck. Like a TED Talks from a presenter, and she presented the basic idea that you're never gonna actually feel like doing something. I think that was probably the best advice that I've received in a while, or that I've seen, is that you're never really gonna feel like doing it. I think about it now when I do laundry. Like, I'm just never gonna feel like, like putting things in a washer. Besides that, make time for things. I've wanted to use that ever since I got it. I mean, it's a nice reminder. It is for something personal, but it's a really nice reminder for this because, I'll just think to myself, oh god, why did I just straight up binge watch all of Stranger Things instead of working on this? BT dubs, I did do that. Make time at least every day to be creative is the number one thing. At the same time, there's a lot of motivation to do this because of the people that you work with. And if you need more motivation to do it, talk to more people. That's all. That's all that you need. And if anything, this is straight up a portfolio. This, along with, all the things that you do, is a portfolio. No pressure at all. Even the failure posts that you have that you recognize, like, at the end of it, and you're, like, typing, like, oh my god, this is the worst idea I have ever had because it doesn't, revolve around the brand. Whatever. Number 4, just have fun. Just go ahead and have fun. Because why not, yeah, because you just gotta have fun. Fun's a good thing to have. Especially in a creative field, because you're not gonna, you're not gonna do anything great if you're not having fun doing it. What am I thinking of? Right. Now, what is advice that I would give to people taking curiousness? Oh yeah, be curious. I don't know, yeah, be curious about things. Yeah, be curious not only in, like, ideas or things that you see that you want to research, be curious in the things that you're writing, like, why, I've asked so many questions, like, in here, as I wrote and brainstormed, like, why am I writing this right now, or why am I thinking this, stuff like that. But, yeah, I don't know. Okay, what do I have to say? Thank you for this class. This was a great class. I think this was actually worth my tuition. There's not a lot of classes that I think are really worth it. Econ was fun though. No, so this was my favorite class that I've ever had of all time. I think it's the most engaging class I've ever had, or the most active one that I've ever had, and that's why I enjoyed it, and that's why I'm continuing my career into going into advertising, because I know it's the field that I'm going to be working in, and that's a good feeling to have. Whether you do have it for this or whether you have it for something else, it's a good feeling to have, and be curious about that. I keep stealing all these curious puns from Scott and Al. To Scott and Al, hi, and thank you for everything that you've taught me, and I guess thank you for everything you've taught everybody else, because that means I'll probably have to work with them, and so they'll at least know you. That sort of thing. Have fun. Just do that. Just have fun, because it's all about fun anyway.